What up, everybody? It's your man DJ100. Welcome to Where It Is podcast. My girl Char, she busy this week, so I got the lovely Miss J co-hosting with me, and got my man's Bobby J in the building with us.
Yeah,
Say what's up to the people, man.
Word, people, what's happening?
So, man, we about to get straight into the interview with Bobby, man. What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
I'm living, brother. How you feeling, man?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I'm trying to get it like you, man.
Nah, you don't want to be like me. You got child support on me.
Yeah, I don't know if I want those problems, man. I don't know if I want those problems.
Yeah.
But, man, for the people that don't know, man, how long have you been doing this comedy, man?
14 years, brother.
14 years.
14, yeah.
That's a long time, man. So, so let everybody know, like, kind of how you got started and what made you want to do it, man.
So, I was always that dude that, like, I would roast people. Like, that was my thing. In middle school, I was, like, the roast king. So, when I got to college, I started at Mizzou, then I transferred to Lincoln U in Jefferson City. And they got this bridge there by the library that it's just, like, takes you from one side of campus to the other. So people used to meet there and they used to challenge me to roast, you know what I'm saying? So nobody could beat me. Everybody like, man, my boy, he coming up here from Chicago, and my boy coming up here from Memphis. He about to get you. We get to that bridge and we ain't ever seen each other, and I would just roast them. And the thing about me is, like, I wasn't that, your mama this, or, it wasn't the traditional roasting jokes. I was like, I would compare them to people and say, this is what you look like, mix it in. It was a little unorthodox style, so people just assumed that I was a comedian, because we used to have comedy shows come up to the campus or whatever. Mm-hmm. So one day, I was just walking through our student union, and there was a comedy competition, like they wanted people to sign up for. Mm-hmm. So I saw my name on there. I'm like, who did this? Till to this day, I don't know who did it. But I'm like, you know what?
Shout out to whoever that was.
Yeah, shout out to whoever it was. Man, I owe you 10%. You ain't did it. But, so I took the challenge, man. I knew two other dudes that signed up for it. And I had some killer material, man. That was my first time on stage. And I killed it, won the competition. I won $250. And I think this was like my sophomore year in college. And so from there, Joe Torre, Joe Torre was in Poetic Justice and stuff like that. He hosted Def Comedy Jam. He's alumni from Lincoln U. He happened to be in the crowd, and I did a joke because I knew he was going to be there, and this was homecoming week, where in the movie Poetic Justice, where he had that fight with Tupac and he threw the brush. I looked at him. I had a brush on stage, and I was like, "Hey, you remember this?" And I threw the brush or whatever. Everybody was laughing at it or whatever. It was funny. Then so he ran into me after the show. He was like, "Man, you think you're funny? You want to do some comedy with some big dogs?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" So he's like, "We got a comedy show this Saturday. Come do your thing." So I was like, "All right, man." So Saturday came. I did the show. It was Kenny Howe. Dude named Steve Brown, another Arvin Mitchell, and Joe Torre, and I killed it. And then he was like, "Man, I think you funny," and all the dudes like, "We think you funny, bro. You should go check out this club. Hit up this club in St. Louis." So on Wednesday nights after class, I drive down to St. Louis 2 hours, hit these. It was like 30 and up clubs. So I would hit the clubs, and I was doing my thing, man. And then from there, I was up with big dogs early, like Bruce and them early. So that's how it started, man. The rest is history.
That's dope. When you from, a lot of people don't know you from Kansas City, right?
I'm from Kansas City, born and raised, man. I was born in the dirty dot. Got the hell up out of there. Now I'm over on this side.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So tell us about your first show here in Kansas City.
All right, so
I remember you telling me this story, man. I want you to share that.
Yeah. So really the first show I did, Cat Williams, he did a show in Columbia, Missouri, this club called Deja Vu. He let me up. Then he came here, and he's like, "You can open up here." So I came here and did it. But then my first show, when I actually moved back to Kansas City, that's the one you're talking about, the college?
Yeah.
So I got booed, man. It was like 700 people. And the thing is, it wasn't my fault, man. So it was a step show at UMKC. This was 2006. And the dude was like, "I want you and Jay," this other dude, comedian, Just Jay, rest in peace, Jay. He was like, "I want y'all to do some comedy at the step show." And I was like, I'm like, man, comedy and and rap concerts and all. It don't work together. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get comedy out the way and then let the show go on. So I was like, Jay go on, I go on, and y'all can do your step show because I know step shows go long. So he was like, no, I want you to go in the intermission. About an hour later, I was like, man, this ain't gonna work. So Jay goes up, he does his thing, he kills it. And then they sending out each fraternity and sorority, and they supposed to do like 10 minutes. 25 minutes later, they still going. So that's one organization. The next one. The next one. So I'm backstage so long, I'm asleep. And then I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm about to leave, forget this. And the dude was like, where you going, man? I'm like, man, I'm about to go. He's like, no, I'm about to bring you on. I'm about to bring you on after the AKs go off. So the AKs get off stage. People have been there like 3.5 hours. They tired, they grumpy, they ready to go. So the host, he has her to introduce me. And they like, all right, Kansas City, y'all ready for a comedian? These black folks, they ready to go home.
All right, they got down turn up.
Yeah, everybody, nobody was really like clapping. You know, it was like
they tired.
Yeah, they gave me this extra chocolate clap, like so.
The 1, 2.
So
like
come on up and go. You know, so I'm walking to the stage, and immediately they start booing, and I didn't get one joke out. I get to the microphone. And I'm trying to warm up to the crowd. What's going on, Kansas City? Boo, boo. 700 people. And I mean, it was so vivid that I remember seeing people's faces. Like, you ever see them movies where you see all the people laughing and they floating and you see the faces? I saw that, man. And it was a girl. She was laughing so hard at me getting booed. I seen her, like, lean over to the side like she was dying in the seats. So I'm like, I go off the stage, I'm like, man, forget this. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm about to go back out there. Forget this, I'm about to do my set. I go back out there, they boo me again. And I was like, oh, man. And but there's some faces I remember still to this day, and this was 11 years ago. So after that, I quit. I quit comedy because I took it personal. It had nothing to do with me. It was just people was tired. I didn't tell one joke to get booed. They just wasn't trying to hear it. So I quit, man, and no lie, it felt like everybody in the city knew who I was. Like I stayed in the house. I was in my underwear for like 2 weeks, peeking out the window. Like everybody that ride by was probably like, there you go, right there. Like I just felt like that, bro. I came back about a month later. So
that's dope, man. That's really dope.
Yeah.
And you be going all over the country now. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You went a long way from getting booed at a step show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I had that determination to never get booed again. Like that's my biggest fear.
I feel you.
Yeah, I'm nervous at every show, so that's my thing. You know, I don't want to get booed again, and that's what keeps me pushing, trying to kill it. You know.
Okay, man. So you've been, you know what I'm saying, been traveling all around the country. You know what I'm saying. You from Kansas City. For those who don't know, just drop a few names, flex a little bit on the people. You know what I'm saying. You kind of work with, just to kind of give, you know what I'm saying, some inspiring upcoming comedians. You know what I'm saying, just a little inspiration on, you know what I'm saying, what they can do. You know what I'm saying, coming up.
Yeah. So I've I actually came up with like Kevin Hart and like some of our first shows together. Man, there was nobody there, bro. Like, people wouldn't believe it, you know. Kids didn't care about it. We did a show at Mo West at Missouri Western University. And it was a bad show, man. Like, them kids wasn't trying to hear no Kevin Hart. They wasn't trying to hear nothing. They was throwing the show flyers. That's when the flyers was popular.
Right.
So he on stage and they throwing them out there like frisbees, ducking them, man. Like, but then he did Soul Plane already. And then after that, Grown Little Man dropped, and it took off from there, man. Right. So that was some of the beginning. I got some good looks with Bill Bellamy, like I said, Cat Williams, Mike Epps, of course. It's just been love from these people, and that's helped me to this day because when I do go places, it's on the strength of them, because it's like, hey, that's my dude, you know what I'm saying? So I write I don't write anymore for him, but I wrote for Ricky Smiley, some more got me on Comic View in 2014. She was the host, so I did a lot of shows with her, and that's just my backbone really is writing. You know, I'll sit and watch comics and I'll be like, man, you should do this joke this way or put this in there. And I've always been writing, so I started to cater jokes like for Ricky Smiley. So when he did his special, Casket Sharp, we on tour, and we sitting back there watching him saying, hey, do this, do that, try this, try that, and he go out and do the material. So there's a couple jokes he did on his special that, you know, I wrote. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope, man. That's really dope.
Oh, yeah.
So you got any like advice for like any upcoming, you know what I'm saying, comedians? What's the best advice you can give them? Like the ones that's just kind of getting started, you know what I'm saying, trying to better their craft or whatever. What advice you have for them?
The best advice is it's not a competition. Be the best you. Because people try to go for other people's necks and that just don't work. Nobody's in the history of comedy has been knocked off their block, or rap, or any type of entertainment. You have to be the best you, because you can't say, oh, Kevin, I'm coming for you, or Mike, I'm coming for you. You can't. It's not possible. You're wasting your time. You're not trying to be the best you. So you have to learn who you are and say, you know what, I'm in competition with myself, which is meaning when I do a show, I need to get better. Because the way it is, you only get is your last show. So if you did a bad show last week, that's what's gonna stick with you that whole until your next show. And then you have to challenge yourself and keep pushing, you know. So that's the best advice, man. It's not a competition. Never be in competition with anybody, man. Even if it's a local thing, that's gonna be, you know, people are trying to get their little market share. I'm the funniest in the city, all that. I never wanted to be a part of those lists because the city don't matter to me. This is home. This is, we all here, you know what I'm saying? So it's all the same love. But if you want to be local funny and local famous, and that's where you're going to be, because that's where your goal is.
Right.
Yeah.
So who are some people that you would like to work with?
Some people that I would like to work with.
That you haven't already.
Right.
Ooh, that's a good question, because I've worked with everybody.
So between Bernie Mac and Charlie Murphy, who would you like to work with if they were still here?
Oh, it'll be Bernie. I already worked with Charlie.
Okay,
I worked with
that's
Charlie
good.
years ago at the Improv. This was 11 years ago. We worked together. But I think for me with the comedy thing, because everybody knows who I am on the comedy scene and stuff like that, I think the people that I really want to work with are the icons that have done things. So you're looking at Jamie Foxx. You're looking at
I like DL Hughley.
Oh, I've worked with DL before. People that, like Keenan Ivory Wayans, like these are people that can get you to that next level. These are people that I want to be rubbing elbows with. But in terms of, you know, comedy, unless it's a legendary person like Eddie Murphy or something like that, but everybody else I done worked with them or opened up with them, so it's that easy. So if you equivalent comedy to like music, that would mean I worked with Jay-Z and I worked with T.I., you know what I'm saying, if you look at if you stack people up, you know what I'm saying, so.
That's dope, man. That's really dope, man. All right, man, you stick around with us, man?
I'm hanging with you, man.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You ain't got no drinks or nothing.
It's a liquor store down the street, you know what I'm saying? We can all put in on a hat, you know what I'm saying? Go grab something. Man, cool. Sticking with us, man. We about to go into our first topic of the week, which is we're in the holidays, so we're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, significant others, shopping, and meeting the folks for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all opinions on that. So when is it too soon to bring your significant other around the holidays, to meet the parents? Like, when is a good amount of time to be dating somebody or with somebody to bring around your family and everything for the holidays?
Well, I think if you're dating somebody, it shouldn't be so much of a time limit, but if you have been dating for a while and you have been with the person for a long time, I feel like for maybe like over 6 months to a year, I feel like you can bring them over the holidays if y'all are really feeling like y'all in some type of relationship.
Okay, so if y'all basically started a relationship in like September, the holidays is out the question?
No, that's too early.
Too soon?
Yeah.
That's too soon?
Yeah,
that's too soon?
early.
Okay. So that means we ain't got to get you a gift then?
As far as the holidays, I mean...
So that means Chris and I got to get you nothing then since it's too soon, since we still fresh.
I mean, you're not obligated to get me anything. If you are with me on the holidays and I might feel like, what if I get you something and you don't give me nothing? How would you feel?
But, like I said...
don't flip it.
No, I'm saying, because you saying like it's too soon to meet the folks, but it's not too soon to get a gift.
Yes, but so what if you feel like it wasn't early enough for you to get a gift and you didn't get a gift, but I showed up with a gift? then how would you feel?
I feel bad because I felt it was too soon, and for what you told me it was, so.
So it's just all on how you feel, you know what I'm saying? But y'all should be on the same page on things.
What you think about it?
It's definitely subjective. I think so. It's a couple things like
You meet a girl, you and a girl start kicking in September.
Yeah.
By the holidays,
That's
is she
3
meeting
months.
folks?
But you gotta think about it. Think about it. It's different because it's gonna be different for men and women because men move slower than women. We're more calculated. Women have these goals, and you're literally jumping on her in her buggy, and whatever speed she's going, that you're playing catch up or whatever it is. So she can be 30 and she wants you to meet her parents because she don't want to look like a failure in front of them. Or the last 2 years, she done brought a dude and it was a different dude, so she got to give you a break. So then she don't want to bring him around because he's like, you know what? I had Tim last year and Steve last year before that, so it didn't work out. So I ain't gonna bring the next person. So, but for men, if we bring you around, it's serious. So that's what it plays into because I'm not gonna have you meet my whole family.
But what if they're showing off just as much as you? What if they trying to just bring a girl around? It's the holiday, you know. They trying to make it seem like they got a girl. The dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like if dudes really don't show out like that.
That's what y'all say.
Straight up.
No, we don't show out like that unless we know what we got. But if we if we're not sure about you, it don't matter. Like if we bring you around the family, it's some real stuff.
Right.
Because somebody gonna slip up. Their uncle gonna take two extra shots of that Wild Irish Rose. He gonna slip up, call you the other girl name that you just seen pop up in his phone 2 weeks ago, and now that's gonna start some beef. Grandma gonna get up and walk into the room because she knows it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a dude does it, it's serious, and it's like we don't calculate stuff like that. We just know like it feels right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take
You special to them.
Yeah.
Because I only introduced 2 people in my 30 years of living to my mother. So
Really?
yeah, it's like you really gotta, you know what I'm saying, be special to a man in order to meet the folks. And since we on this topic real quick, what's a good gift for somebody you only been dating for just a few months? Since you're talking about giving out gifts.
And we're talking about like the September to December.
Yeah, the September to December.
A good gift.
What's a good gift? I want to hear the ladies' perspective first.
Look at him. I mean,
Yeah, I want to hear what you got to say first. What's a good gift? What would you get your man?
What would I get my man?
Yeah, y'all been together since September.
I told you I'm not with the 3 months.
So you just said, what if I show up with a gift? I'm just saying, hypothetically,
okay,
what would be a good gift?
Okay.
Is there a budget?
Okay, so it like something simple, you know, like I'm really crafty. I like to create something, so I might get a little bag, do a little liquor, you know, a little something, or some polo draw, something similar that you would like. Just a couple little things, maybe 3 little items.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
But the 3 month thing, you know, I don't think y'all getting out at 3 months. We still learning.
Some drink and some draws? That's a lot in 3 months.
You get
That's a lot.
She give you the drinks, you
No,
get in
no.
the draw.
Right.
I mean, but that's
Probably had already had the draws.
I probably would do.
Amount of time. You know what I'm saying?
That's something simple, you know. Y'all ain't feeling that?
In 3 months, we done probably already shared drinks, and you done probably seen my draws.
It's the thought, right?
If she buying you draws in 3 months, you ain't wiping good.
Y'all just said y'all like the polo.
No, I like that. Nah, I'm just playing. So for dudes, I think the safe thing. I think we've all done it before. I'm gonna go and get
It's
you.
easy for y'all.
I'm gonna get you that.
It is?
Yes, you can get roses, teddy bears, flowers. You can go get some hair done, get some nails done. Go pay some. You can do some things. It's easy for y'all. It's
Say pay
for
some
dudes,
bills, huh?
Yeah, she is about to
She's about to say that in 3 months. Remember, it's 3 months now. While you was talking about that 3 month stuff.
I didn't say
Like
bills.
you was about to.
It came out. Pay what?
I didn't say bills.
You said pay. I'm trying to figure out
Right.
what
She
pay
said,
means.
that's 3
Hey,
months.
Hey,
I'm
a little bit.
gonna get you that gift box of Japanese cherry blossoms.
Oh, I don't want that.
That lets you
Victoria's
know.
Secret. See, I don't even wear that.
You getting that?
See, I'll be like, sir, can we do an exchange?
Oh man,
It's
so
a white elephant gift.
that's crazy. So basically, when if it ain't been that long, keep the receipt with the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buying Japanese cherry blossoms.
You better that let you know she don't appreciate it. That's
Straight
all.
up.
That's that 2 for $20. Either that or the Applebee's. Which one? Which one you
You
want?
can't get 2 for $20 from bad the body
You want to smell good or you want to eat?
Exactly.
Y'all play out there.
Keep the receipt.
Yeah.
All right, now we're about to get into the social media topic of the week, which is the young boy Keaton, who made a video that went viral with his mother, talking about how he was bullied, and his mother went and made a GoFundMe, which a lot of money got put into this GoFundMe account. And we also want to flip it and talk about the young lady, Ashanti, 10-year-old girl, who actually hung herself for being bullied as well. So first we'll get into the Keaton story. Allegedly, you know, he was being bullied, and the mother went and asked for a GoFundMe, and it was like celebrities, a lot of people just donating without even researching what was going on. They was just giving money to this account, which allegedly got over like $50,000 or something like in the account. Mm-hmm. And then I think a UFC fighter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he did his research on it before just donating, which a lot of people did, and he noticed that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Confederate flags and a lot of racial things going on with the family, and he kind of exposed them for being like frauds and stuff. Mm-hmm. And of course she had an interview later and said that the flags were just supposed to be a joke and they're not racist and all this kind of stuff, but the GoFundMe actually froze the account allegedly, so they never even actually got the money. But just the fact that it got up to almost $60,000, like, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. Like, how do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I saw the UFC fighter that posted about it, and he was DMing because he wanted to invite Keaton out to a concert or whatever. And the mom said on there, because she was like, this isn't, she doesn't have money. She was talking about like she doesn't have money, and she's not really worried about him going out here to see a concert. And he was like, well, it just seems to me that you're, you know, being greedy or whatever. And she's like, well, what happened to us whites sticking together? Like, it says that on the DMs. And she was like, oh, my bad, please delete that or whatever. So then that's when he made the video and came forward. I didn't even know that. Yeah, so everybody, I mean, for me, I felt bad, man. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is major. And then you had Snoop and you had everybody. Nobody took it as a joke. Still to even this day, when they found out about the mom, the Confederate, stuff like that, everybody still got Keaton's back because he's a child. He's the innocent party in this. And so when it all came out, I even posted about it and I said, this is a learning experience for everybody, because this is a learning experience for Keaton. He'll never have a normal childhood. In 15, 20 years, you're going to turn on TV, an episode of 2020 gonna come on, and they're gonna flash back to that video of him in the car. Where is he at now? He's gonna be living up in Wisconsin, looking silly or something, you know what I'm saying? And maybe an advocate for stuff like that. But he's never gonna have a normal childhood. And it's something for his mom to learn from. And then the dad is in prison or something, and he's like racist too. So this is, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're right. It was $50-something, and I haven't been keeping up with it the last few days, but it really took me and it turned me off because of just things that we're dealing with. This is a whole other topic, but you got people like that are being manipulative, and it's a serious thing. Bullying is serious, just like rape is serious. Right. But we can't take it serious now because people are being found innocent. Don't help that. Yeah, you got people that are coming forth lying. Like Nellie's situation just got dropped, or it's, you know what I'm saying, with the rape allegations. And it's hard to just jump on the support bandwagon now. So I feel sorry for Keaton. I feel sorry for his mama, and then all the people that spent their money, but they may get that money back. So
I kind of been keeping up with it a little bit for the last few days, and a lot of stuff been coming out. Like I said, I don't know as far as it's true or not, but allegedly he was using the N-word, which caused the bullying. Oh, yeah. So not necessarily he was just getting bullied for no reason, but with the Confederate flags, that was kind of like, dang, like it's almost like that sound kind of true, like, you know what I'm saying, whether we know or not, but just that story coming out like that, you know what I'm saying, it sounds kind of true at the same time. So, and then on the flip side of that, we got the female down, I believe Texas, named Ashanti, who was really actually being bullied and actually took her own life, which are my prayers, and I'm sure everybody here, prayers goes out to the family, and you know what I'm saying, I'm praying for y'all strength, and I hope y'all get through that. But there was no money like donated for saying? No support for real when that first came out, which, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. Like, even just, you know what I'm saying, not just being on a racial thing, but it's like a young white boy comes out about being bullied and gets over $50,000, and a black girl actually takes her own life and didn't get a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's just crazy.
A lot of it, I think, has to do with how Keaton looks too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, him and his daddy and mama might be sister and brother. I don't know, but y'all can laugh. So that's probably why. Because if he was a normal kid saying
silly,
that,
man, he's silly.
People wouldn't really like. I looked at Keaton, I was like, man, and then you hear the piano in the background, and you feel sorry. I had a little thug teardrop, and it bounced back up, but it hit the ground like, you know what I'm saying? But
I think it was a black kid. Like, man, it's a ugly ass son.
Right.
Kept it moving. You know what I'm
because think
saying?
about the little kid that got bullied at Wendy's on the receipt. It said, little ugly ass boy. They ain't give him nothing. He ain't getting no extra nuggets or nothing. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny as hell.
Right. And this boy they got over 50 grand. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't get a retweet on Twitter or nothing. A hashtag. This little boy got some money. But I think what we're doing now is we are damaging the sensitive side of human nature to where people are just going to be like, you know what, I'm going to wait and see what happens, because people are instinctively giving because Keaton's innocent. They didn't know about his past and they just know. But I don't think his mom did the GoFundMe. I think it was somebody connected to them that did it or whatever. But still, in the end of the day, think about this continually happening over the next few years. Ain't nobody going to donate nothing. So
instead of donating, they should have started some organizations in different schools about bullying. Like, collecting money is not gonna help nothing for real. Like, what is that gonna help?
I think people like to just know that they have some money connects them to that person versus, hey, I'm gonna give it to this organization and then they're gonna do something. They saying I can touch Keaton, like people that parents that buy their kids love. You know what I'm saying? That's tangible. So I think that's why people did it.
Those famous people should have went out to the schools and reached out and started bully programs versus spending unnecessary money.
Yeah.
And, if kids are speaking up, parents, make sure y'all out there listening, because
Definitely.
bullying is very, very serious. And you know what I'm saying? Like, even just like you said, as far as roasting, a lot of kids nowadays are way more sensitive.
Right.
When we used to come up, like, we used to try to make sure we was in the mirror every morning, like, oh man, I ain't trying to get roasted, but I could take a good roast, like, you know what I'm saying. But kids nowadays, like,
take it to heart.
they take it way more sensitive nowadays.
You never heard about that. Like the big, like back in the day, the big dude or the big girl, they had some jokes. They knew it. They was the loud one. They do the term Fat Amy or whatever. Like, she was the loud one in school because she was deflecting everything about her to try to look cool. And now we in the new gluten-free society where everybody's sensitive and pussified, and you can't crack nothing. You know what I'm saying? So Keaton gets some few jokes. I'll send him some jokes. Go joke me.
Go joke me.
Donate a couple jokes. He'll roast them back.
They gonna probably start firing back at his ass. So I best believe that. Best believe that. But like I said, parents, make sure y'all. If y'all kids come to y'all telling y'all bully, please take it serious. Go talk to the parents of the kid that's bullying. Talk to the school, whatever you got to do. Make sure y'all involved, because we don't want another incident like what happened with Ashanti to happen again. So, all right, man. I want to thank y'all for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
So let us know what you got coming up.
All right, so December the 22nd, I will be hosting the Christmas party at Soul Lounge. It's going to be on 90th and Holmes. And once again, it's going to be real fun. I'm also introducing my first fashion show. So I'm really excited. I'm really nervous, but God has pushed me to do this for a long time. I've been modeling for a while now. So I will be doing that. So everybody come out on December the 2nd, Friday.
That's dope. Bob, what you got coming up, man?
I got a couple shows next. I don't have anything this year, but early next year, I'm starting another run. I'm planning to shoot my special in April, 1 hour special. I'm trying to keep my shows low key because I don't post them as much. Because one day I posted some shows and child support, they retweeted it, so I knew they was on me. I was like, man. child support might be a status. I'm like, yeah, they got notifications, so I'm not posting that.
Hey, you a fool, man.
But I got that going on, so just be on the lookout for it. Comedian Bobby J, check it out. Y'all need to tune in to Word Is podcast every week with my man DJ100 and Char. Check it out, y'all. Peace. There it is.